So being a pastor for X amount of years, and I used to also work at a Christian bookstore, I've gathered quite a collection of Bibles and used them all for different purposes. If you're looking for Bibles, you'll see that there's so many different versions, so many different styles, so many different types of each version that it could be hard and difficult to choose just one or even a few that you would think that would be useful for you. And today I just want to share with you how to choose a Bible that's right for you. All right, so today we got the NLT Life Application Study Bible, got this ESV Illuminated Bible, got the NRSV with the Apocrypha, NIV Bible with large print, and then this NIV Sola Scriptura Bible Project Bible, ESV Single Column Journaling Bible, ESV Study Bible, Life with God Bible, NRSV, and then NIV Bible, NIV Bible. For me, all of these Bibles serve different purposes, and we'll start off with these two, which are pretty much identical NIV Bibles. One just in this blue leather and this in this black bonded leather. The nice thing about these is that they're super small, so you can put them in, a big pocket or a backpack of yours. You probably couldn't put it in your pants pocket or anything like that. They're still too big for that, but very portable, right? And very durable as well. Like this leather, these are really old, probably around 10, 15 years old, but they still stood up and are still in pretty good condition. The good thing about these Bibles also is that they're NIV, which means that it's in a translation, or like the words that they use are more common. And if you go to church, most of the times they'll be using a translation or terms in the Bible that are very similar to the NIV. So usually the NIV won't be too far off from what a church would be showing on slides or a preacher that would be talking or would be preaching about. The bad thing about these ones is that their font is just so small, so it's really hard to read. If you were to read this for an extended period of time, it'd be pretty hard on your eyes because it's so small. But it's great for bringing it around. If you need a Bible to just throw in your backpack and you don't want it to be heavy, this is great. The thing I like about this one a bit more is that it has got this flap with the button, right? And what that does is it protects the pages a bit more. So you won't get folded pages or frilled sides over here. The pages feel the same. They're like really, really thin. So that's another downside about these thin Bibles, is that it's like really hard to flip the page when you want to read. And this one's NRSV Life with God Bible. It has a little bit more reflections and things like this. It has some notes and profiles of certain characters in their Bible as well. With this Bible, it's the NRSV translation, which is the New Revised Standard Version, and it's more closely translated to the original languages like Hebrew and Greek. So this one would be more of like a study one and less of a devotional one. This one just has a little bit more written in it, where it's not just the scriptures, but it has a bit more notes. Some of the chapters will have a bit of pages of just the context and kind of some of the teaching and what the book is about before they start off with the chapters. So that could be helpful as well. So this one's more of like a study Bible in a sense. It's actually my wife's. I haven't actually used it, but she seemed to like it. So there's that one. This Bible is the ESV Study Bible. And I really like this one because it has tons of notes, tons of maps, and before each chapter of the Bible, it'll have a lot of context, a lot of teaching. And they just put in like so much study, so much theology into this Bible. It's almost like a commentary is mixed in with this Bible. So what's great about this one is that if you need to preach on a passage, this one will have a lot of background information, context, If things don't make sense to you as you're reading it, most of the times in the notes it'll explain some of the more confusing parts of the Bible. I think for me when I was a pastor, this was like probably one of my go-to Bibles if I needed to preach on anything. And another cool thing is that if you create an account when you buy this Bible, a lot of the notes and a lot of the stuff that's in here can be on your phone or on the app for the ESV Bible. So you don't always have to break this out. You have the ESV Study Bible in your phone. That's why this one's really good. The only thing that I don't like about it is that it's soft cover. I was too poor to buy a hardcover one, and the softcover one had just as good of the info in it. So that's why I got it. Another good thing about the ESV is that it's very close translation to the original languages. So if you need to, study the Greek or the Hebrew, this one would be a very good choice, a very good Bible for that. And it's just more accurate towards the original languages, which is really helpful and really good for preaching, because you want to be really faithful to the word, more so than just how you feel or what the word's speaking to you. It's more about what the word actually says in the original context of when it was written. So that's why I like that one. This Bible is also the ESV, but it has these columns which are nice, which I really like. It doesn't have much notes, doesn't have any maps or anything like that. But what it does have are these columns here and just these lines where you can write notes. You can see that I haven't written that many, but when I have, it's been good because it doesn't bleed through. So if you write on this Bible with a thin enough pen, it won't go through to the other side, which is really nice. And then if you highlight things, it won't be a problem as well. So, it's like just like that. On the other side, it shows a little bit, but not too bad. A lot better than other Bibles. So this one's good more just for your own devotional time or time that you want to spend just letting the word speak to you rather than trying to figure out what are other people saying about it. So that's why I really like this Bible. It's more of like a devotional time Bible. Plus it's hardcover, which is really nice. And it's got this like little strap thing. Reminds me of like this big moleskin, basically. The little bookmark thing too. This one's the NIV Sola Scriptura Bible. Ooh, it's hefty. It's got 4 different books. Something that I noticed actually from this Bible is that these books are broken up into the way and the order of the Hebrew Bible. The one that we have now, the table of contents is actually quite different in the way they order it. So with this Bible, there's actually no chapters, no verses. It's just text as if you would read it in a book, which is pretty cool. I always wanted one of these to see what the experience is like from reading it. This is pretty new to me still. It was given to me as a gift from my church, which is a really cool gift. I'm looking forward to reading this more and reading it in this way rather than the way that I've been used to for so long. Okay, next one. This NIV Bible, large print. This one was actually a gift to me as well. I thought about it too. I was like, do I really need another Bible? But the nice thing about this one, it has these little like finger holes where you can flip to whatever chapter right away. So I was like, that's pretty sweet. And I kind of laughed at the large print thing, but if you want to preach just straight from your Bible, this thing is really good because you could put some notes here and then you can read whatever passage here and you won't have to struggle. You won't have to worry about not being able to read it. And it'll just be so easy to read it from far away. Because like if you were to try to do it from this Bible, it's like so hard to read this tiny, tiny print versus something like this. And for me, I'm getting old, so this was actually really helpful when I went to preach with just the Bible. So I really like this one as well. I didn't think it would be something that I would like, but definitely do now. Oh, and I also forgot to say there's no notes, there's no maps, there's no devotional thing, there's no context as well. It's the text. The next one we got is the NRSV Bible translation with the Apocrypha. So NRSV translation is more of a literal translation. And I bought this one because I had a book discount when I was working at the Christian bookstore. And I was interested to see what is the Apocrypha. What are these apocryphal books? Ones like Tobit and Judith, Wisdom, and Sirach. I don't know if I'm saying that right. But these ones that you wouldn't see in most Bibles. I was just really interested because I've never heard any preaching on it and I've never heard any teaching on it, but I heard that they exist. So I read some here and there. Didn't put too much weight into the words because most of the people I talked to about apocryphal books didn't really find it as important, I guess, as the other books of the Bible. So as an evangelical Christian, that's kind of my viewpoint on it. Maybe there's others that have a different viewpoint, but that's just kind of where I stand with it. And with this Bible, it's just interesting to me. Yeah. And this next one is the ESV Illuminated Bible Art Journaling Edition. It comes in this box, hardcover, this fabric texture, gold on the sides. And this one's just beautiful. It's like art. Not a lot of other writings, not a lot of other notes, but just a lot of graphic designs on the sides. And also, just like each new book, the artist took their interpretation of the book and created a title page for them. So like this one, Jeremiah, has this really nice tree with flowers. Right? Or Micah has this mountain and these flowers. And it's just like, man, beautiful the way that the artist did it. Kind of expensive, but probably keep this forever. Definitely like an art piece. Put it on your bookshelf. Just look amazing. Probably not a type of Bible that you would read every day, but probably a Bible that you pull out once in a while just to appreciate the artistry of it. Okay, this last one is the Life Application Study Bible, NLT, so New Living Translation. And with this translation, it's a little bit less literal than the ESV, kind of more on the other side of the spectrum. I really like this Bible because, well, it just feels really nice. This leather's like soft. And also with the NLT translation, it's just like a little bit easier to understand. The nice thing about NLT and NIV is that they're easier to understand than the ESV or the NRSV. So there's benefits to it in that way for me. So this Bible has a lot of, maps and certain contexts and things like that up in here, but it also has a lot of reflections and questions that reflect on the passages that you could just ask yourself in your time of devotion about your relationship with God. This one's a really good one for devotional time with God, when you just want to spend some time with God and you don't want to think too hard. You don't want to write a sermon, but you just want to get close to Him. You just want to be intimate with Him. I feel like this is a really good one for that purpose. So out of all the different Bibles that I've owned, these definitely are the top 3 that I would keep and maybe give these away. So first one, NIV, just this small one. It's got this sweet flap on it, portability. This one, ESV Study, just a really good translation for theology and for preaching. So that's why I choose that one. And this one, the NLT, Life Application Study Bible, because it's just really good for devotionals and for my time in prayer with God. So those are my top 3. All right, so I hope you found that this was helpful for you the next time you need to choose a Bible, that you have some idea of what to choose based on what you need a Bible for, and know that whatever one you get, it'll still be a good choice to get a Bible.